Hello everyone and welcome back to Grim Talks. Today I'm going to share with you something that they don't want you to know about. And it's something that's going to change the way that you see everything. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's get into it. Today we're going to be talking about perception and what it means to truly perceive. Not only to just see and understand, but to perceive from within so you can change your reality that lies right in front of you and actually be in control of the things that happen around you and understand why these things happen around you so that you feel more in tune with yourself and your environment. Before we get into perception and why they don't want you to know about perception, we have to dive down the rabbit hole bit into occultism. And I know occultism is oftenly associated with black magic and sorcery and witchcraft and warlocks and evil and Satanism, which it does. But it also means in Latin occultus, which is hidden knowledge. Simply hidden knowledge, not evil hidden knowledge. Now, knowledge is knowledge. It can be used for good or bad, just as this cane could be used for walking, or I could smash something with it out of anger. Same cane, different perspective. So when we talk about this perception and this occultism, just know that we're coming from a neutral place, and that I would appreciate if you would use this knowledge for light occultism and light knowledge and to change your life, your perspective, and the others around you, instead of manipulate and use it for evil as they do. And the reason that these things are hidden and they don't want you to know about these things is because perception has to do with understanding one's identity and oneself, which also has to deal with numerology. And numerology plays a big part in it as well. In numerology, the number 7 has to do with perception on a different level, but it's the idea of creating within and finding inner connections and inner purpose to fulfill through spirituality and to improve oneself. And that as well could be associated with perception. You have to be able to perceive those things and experience those things. The number 7 also has to do with the 7 Hermetic properties of the Kybalion, as well as the 7 natural laws of the universe. And once again, we have that number 7 because we're talking about going within ourselves and creating and recreating and changing our perspective, changing our tune to see what's really going on, to get ready to receive a higher enlightenment, a higher purpose and fulfillment through connecting in the energy within ourselves and in our universe and the way that we perceive. So the reason that they don't want you to know this knowledge is because if everyone understood this knowledge, as well as the rest of the knowledge which is hidden, then there would be no need for their agendas, and we would all be free. We would all be free, and the world would not look like this if we all had more perspective and were more in tune. Now, as we talked about, the cane theory could be used for good or for evil. These people have not only been in a position of power for a long time, but have chosen the path of evil. And they have chosen the path of evil because they want to control, they want to manipulate, and through manipulation and control, they fundamentally manipulate and dictate you on so many different levels that they actually have the ability to change your perception and change the way that you perceive. Not only just perceive information, but the information that they want you to perceive and at the frequency they want you to perceive it. So when we talk about this knowledge and how it can be used for good or for evil, just as much as I could change my life with perception and perspective on how I look at myself and the world around me and get in tune with these laws and with these numbers, I could use that to manipulate and to change somebody else's perspective to go along for my financial gains and my agenda, just as they have done. So that's why I ask is if you learn these things and you understand these things and you begin to apply these things, just take in mind that this is actual magic and that this stuff will change your life and how you go about your very day, and can also be used to manipulate other people. And that is exactly why they don't want you to be in tune. They don't want you to play a solo on your own. They just want you to be able to sound good enough to stay in line and to play the song that they want you to play. You're not actually playing the music that you want to make. So they have taken this perception and they have tuned it for us and have told us how to perceive and at what degree. And if everybody understood this knowledge, you would simply be free and they would no longer have a position of power. But in order for them to keep power, they spread and they alter our perception through fear, the media, war, famine, chaos, and all things that puts fear in the people and keeps people to see at a certain perception so that they don't step out of the box. They don't look outside of the box and change their reality, but rather just fill the simple role of everyday requirements to stay in line. And as long as you do that and you don't go within and change the perception and get in tune with the universe and these laws and this hidden knowledge, then they can continue on with their agenda. So that is pretty much what I have for perception. And I really do appreciate you tuning in. And I would really appreciate if you did look at this information, please use it for good and to change the world for a better place. And the more people that understand this perception and how we can truly shape and mold the reality in which we currently exist, please do that for the betterment of society. So I appreciate it, guys, and I will see you on the next episode of Grim Talks.